Who's doing the intro? You doing the intro?
Yeah.
Obviously. He's fucking quiet.
Why can't one of us just be like, welcome to the Pullover podcast, I'm your new host?
Do you want to? This could be the intro if you want.
I think it'd be a funny meme.
Do it then.
Welcome back to the Pullover podcast. I'm your new host, WildSpartanz, and that's the other new host, FPS Diesel, and this is the old one. Quite. You know who he is. He hosted all of them. Take it away, old host.
I don't know what to do.
You have the topic list.
What list? There's nothing on this. There's nothing on here.
There is nothing
There are
on
old
it.
people sleeping upstairs. Be quiet.
There is people sleeping upstairs.
Yeah, we're okay.
We're gonna get kicked
So
out.
first on the list of trending topics is Mr. Beast fake videos. They're not fake. Can guarantee.
That's it. That is not fake.
Wow.
That's the only trending topic we have.
I didn't care.
Okay, can we talk about
At
packs
all.
now?
At PAX?
Can we talk about packs? Can we
No.
talk about the 3 hour line?
No. No, we're
Please?
we're talking about the fact that I don't have my ads yet.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
I want my ads.
Move your hand.
I want my
Move
ads.
your hand.
I want my ads.
Move your hand.
I want my ads, Brandon.
Okay, is that it?
Dear
Tweet at
YouTube.
Team YouTube.
Everyone
That's
tweet at Team
really-
YouTube.
That's such a bad idea.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't tweet at
Oh
Team
my
YouTube.
God.
Just like pray for me.
Pray. Just
Pray.
Send thoughts and prayers for Quite's
That I
ad
get-
monetization.
I just want my ads, bro.
Quiet, you bring guests on, and then this is your first live podcast, and it's an absolute clusterfuck.
When has any podcast I've ever been on not been a clusterfuck? Let's be
That's
fair.
true. Okay, can we talk about topics we care about now?
I cared about that. Okay.
Oh yeah, you did care about monetization. Mr. Beast's fake thing is also kind of like retarded. Like, it's so obvious he didn't fake it. Just, it's all live. Like, he counts 100,000 times live.
Well, which videos was he claiming were fake? I literally
I'm
did
assuming
not-
it's probably donation videos that he claimed were fake.
I think it was
But
like
he gives the money away. Like, people genuinely get the money.
it was like some dude who like claimed to have worked for him or some shit.
Oh, it was his ex-editor.
Was it?
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe that's why he was looking for a new one.
It was while he was looking for a new one.
Okay. Games at PAX East, which is
Let's talk about our favorite game that we waited in line for probably a total of 4 hours, counting the time that we actually showed up early to get in line, to wait in line.
okay. Yeah. So
Death Guard.
we woke up at 8. We left this Airbnb at 8:30 to go to the convention center to wait in line for a game for 2 hours. After waiting in line for PAX for an hour for the gates to open, and yeah, it wasn't worth it.
It wasn't worth it.
Like, it was-
The game didn't have VoIP, and it was a team-based game.
Okay, you guys like shat on these devs like
It's just the VoIP.
Listen,
is-
it was
the game's not even out yet.
The
I
game's-
know it's not
listen,
out
the
yet.
game's not out. And it
It's
was
also made by the people who made Dead by Daylight, and I'm pretty sure that game is still in early access. And now they're pushing another game.
To
I
be
don't
fair,
know.
I had fun with the movement, and I thought the stealth was super creative. But like, the voice is so essential. I feel like it was just giving us a bad impression because we couldn't like experience the
No,
game
yeah.
in any meaningful way.
The
Like,
movement was good. The parkour was good.
and the hunter seemed like an interesting role to
it's
play, but we didn't
just-
get to play it.
It's just a lack of VoIP, because it was like,
Yeah,
they
you
wanted us to
needed the
coordinate. They wanted us to coordinate. But what do we do? Scream in the booth like, I'll go B, you go C.
And then
Like,
the hunter can hear you on the other side of the
yeah,
booth.
the hunters on the other side of the booth.
The
would just
thing
hear
is,
you.
I thought they had the VoIP on because, like, you remember when we were waiting in line? There was like that one kid sitting there, like, and I could have sworn he was talking.
Yeah, it looked like he was talking. I remember I asked the lady too, like, does it push to talk? And she started telling me about the game. And I'm like, I asked if it was push to talk. I didn't ask about the hunter or the runners. I asked about push to talk.
They probably don't, like they don't have it in. They're like, oh man, this isn't one of my canned answers. So the game is.
Basically, yeah, that was my only complaint about that game, just like the lack of VoIP, because it was like, it seemed like Dead by Daylight is a fun game, and like you don't really need too much communication with that. But like that game, you really need communication because you're trying to capture points and then distract a hunter. And it's like the runners have bows that can't damage the hunter. It's like the hunter has guns and he can shoot you. You know, you need to be able to like coordinate.
All
and be
you all you do is slow down like the hunter and stuff. Like you need.
It's
to be,
only some classes too.
Yeah, you need to be
So-
able to coordinate who's doing what classes. Like it's a 5-person team versus a 1-man team of hunters, or a single.
Basically,
hunter.
Dead by Daylight, but faster paced.
I've never played Dead by Daylight, so I don't
Have
know.
you played it?
I've never played Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight's like a horror kind of genre game where it's like there's like a boss and the boss goes for the regular people and then like you're supposed to juke the boss and run away from him and try to escape.
Is the boss a player?
Yeah, it's like it's exactly the same thing basically,
It's the
except
exact
it's
same
just different
thing.
pacing.
Just different pacing and different like kind
And
of
different,
uses.
setting.
I like Death Garden style a lot more than Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, I looked at
That's the reason I didn't pick it up, because I wasn't like feeling the like horror.
Yeah, it's like
movie vibe.
Friday the 13th. It was like the
Yeah.
first Friday the 13th, and then the Friday the 13th turned out to be like
Ass.
really mad.
Yeah, that turned out to be ass.
It really
I know
did.
that. But that was funny how the lady just started.
It's
I
like,
didn't-
is there a VoIP just like, so the hunter and the runner? It's like-
No, that's because one, they're foreign, and two, I did this with my team.
she was
too.
American.
She was American?
Yeah, the lady I
Okay,
asked.
so it's a mixed team. But, like, what I did with my devs, right, I was like, okay, so you're going to go there, right, and you're going to say this. And I had it all spread out on a sheet. And I'm like, don't talk about anything that isn't this. And then I already know that people are going to talk about, yeah, I want to put this in the game because I'm working with college students.
Yeah.
But, like, you do that because nobody knows what the hell they're doing when they're devs. That's
No.
what happened when we played Sky Noon too. The guy walked up to us. He's like, "So this is Sky Noon."
Oh yeah, speaking of Sky Noon, probably like one of the favorite games we played today, or played there, like just
Yeah.
across the entire event.
No, Sky Noon was. I really like the concept because it's a lot different than. It's a lot different than anything else I've really played. I mean, the grapple hook thing isn't new because I've played games with grapple hooks, but it's like
Murder Miners.
the air.
Murder
Miners is like a really mixed bag.
Murder Miners is a fantastic game.
It's a mixed bag.
It
of,
is
like,
my favorite
everything.
video game ever created.
It wasn't like 99 cents on Steam. I own Murder Miners. I don't even know how much it cost. It was like dirt cheap.
It was
though.
$1. It is most definitely worth $1.
Yeah, but it was like it was interesting because the combat was a lot different than most games.
Yeah.
I felt like it was really easy to be good at it. There was some people playing that like they weren't using the grapple hooks first. They just like they'd spam it and like they wouldn't hold
like,
it.
you need to hold the grapple
And it's
hook
like,
down.
Yeah.
It's like what kind of game have you played where it's like you just press the button and it just goes? Like,
Murder Miners.
does it do that in Murder Miners?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of grappling hooks in games, like you just click it once and it like goes to the maximum
All the
length.
games I've played just you have to hold it.
Oh.
So
I haven't played enough games with grappling hooks to have an affirmative opinion on grappling.
Yeah,
hooks.
I've had-
especially first-person shooters. Like
well, Worlds of Drift you have to hold it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know that one.
never played.
We need to play that game again.
Never played Worlds of
There was a huge content update. It's a completely new map. They
You're
overhauled the
joining
whole
us on a
thing.
new pirate ship, kid.
They overhauled everything basically. It's just like, hopefully they fix the servers.
How well do you think they can tell my emotions through the mask?
No.
Not really well. Like you could be like either super happy or super sad. No one will tell.
Hell yeah.
So that's good for you, I guess.
He actually even showers with this on. Like,
yeah, he
just
never takes it off.
never takes it off.
There's
Yeah.
nothing to take off. This is my face.
I've been here for 3 days. He's just walked around like this.
This is
He
how
never
this is
goes
how I
off.
met you. I don't know what you're. Everybody.
I saw him at the airport like this. I don't even know how he got past security. I have no idea.
They
Like-
tried to take it off and they realized it's my skin. There's nothing to take off. I don't know why is this so hard to wrap around your head. Like everybody thinks, oh, you should do a face reveal. There's no face to reveal. This is the face.
It doesn't look like skin. I'm sorry. Is it? What'd your doctor tell you about it?
I was born horribly defective.
Oh, is it
Defective.
rare? How many people have your condition?
Me,
Just you?
just me.
Okay. So it's super rare.
Yeah, and it's so rare I could base it like a YouTube persona off of it.
I mean, what
That's
if
what the
somebody else
doctor
does
said
it?
when he came out of the womb.
He's like,
This is such a rare
You're
skin
gonna be a
condition. You
YouTuber,
could
kid.
be a YouTube sensation.
like the YouTube wasn't even around yet. Like it wasn't even an idea, and it's like, this kid's gonna be a YouTube star.
No, he said Viner.
Vine tour.
Vine tour. What is even the progress on that app?
They're
Yes.
Yes.
they're usually. I think right now it's just them like striking down like that they're not out yet, and that anybody who's saying that it's out, like any like apps on the App Store, they're fake. That's literally that's the
Yeah,
progress.
like
Not
they
even developing
they
now.
announced it way too early. Like I feel like they announced it when it was like an idea, and they're like Vine 2, and it's just like let's see what people think about it. And it's like everyone's like yeah Vine 2, and they're just like shit, we have nothing developed.
well, I
They
mean,
just had a nice logo.
I think their idea was like to be super transparent with the development, like so that like people like stay hyped over like as it progresses.
And it wouldn't happen though because
They were
it's,
trying
like,
to what? Build a community over Vine 2? There was
Vine
barely
2.
a community around Vine.
The problem with Vine is there was a lack of community.
It was just like irritating children.
It was
yelling.
like Twitter, but there was more money at stake. That was like the equivalent.
Vine was great, but like they treated their creators like shit.
Because they couldn't pay them anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because like, how are you supposed to monetize 6-second videos? Like that's the problem Twitter's having right now too. Twitter can't monetize almost anything on their platform.
They
You
just
do well. You
put
do
ads.
you do a similar thing to Twitter. Like
you
in
put
the,
yeah,
in, like,
you
the
put
com-
ads,
like,
or you sell data.
in the
Mark Zuckerberg.
In the Explore comedy section, like every like fifth Vine, there could just be like an ad that you can like just scroll past or something.
Yeah, but like they pay less because it's
Like how Snapchat does it, where you're just like scrolling through Vines and then you have a
Yeah,
ad.
there's like a story, like there's like an ad between stories.
or you just have an entire page dedicated to advertisements because the stories and the user base don't fucking matter. Who owns Snapchat?
Snapchat.
You own Snapchat?
Oh wait, what? No, like
Who owns Snapchat? I do.
Me, FPS Diesel. Jesus Christ.
I'm out of it.
What?
It's been a long day.
Do you guys use any of the stories on Snapchat? Because I look at Complex and IGN occasionally.
I don't look at any of them.
No, but just like I go to that page and I'm just like, this is just fucking ads.
Sometimes DJ Khaled is at like the top of it. It's like top of public stories.
I saw a
and he's
FaZe
just
Banks
like-
there once.
Yeah, FaZe
You
Banks
gotta
is
not
there
let the
like every day,
haters
I don't
get
know
to
why.
you, basically. Where he's like, you gotta have success. It's like,
Thanks.
wow, good tips, Mr. Khaled. I'll take them and run with them.
Yeah, but like I don't know why they kept that change in because it's like I wonder how much their user base has just plummeted because of it.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Like,
I don't even open Snapchat anymore, honestly.
it's just such a hassle. Like you can't rewatch stories like easily at all. I don't know why they changed it, especially after like the response. They didn't change it back. What's the point?
Like, wasn't it like was it
Your stock
who was
dropped.
it?
Am I the only
Jenner?
person that thinks it isn't like a super bad update? Like, I don't watch those over again. Like,
No, it was more
It's
so.
like, it's like the messages and the stories are in the same place now. Like it's so like convoluted.
Yeah,
to navigate it.
it's really like just it's cluttered, and it's like the thing I don't like about it the most. It's like I get it's a company that needs to make ads, but like you shouldn't overhaul your entire like story page just for advertisements. Like the whole method of putting ads after a couple stories was like perfectly fine. That made perfect sense to me. But like, just hey, those stories you like, they're now over here with everything else
Like,
you already
they've
access.
probably hurt their income so much more just by doing that and trying to include like make room for advertisers. Like it's so counterintuitive.
Yeah, and then
So-
also I feel like the CPMs are super low because it's like every ad is right next to each other.
Yeah.
Like nothing's dedicated.
Like people are only clicking on the ads that they care about, which is like for me it was complex. But
Which is all the clickbait.
yeah, it's like,
let's
Top
go,
10 rap bangers.
let's go on Snapchat real quick. 1 second. I wanna
let's see what's on the
that.
complex story. I have no idea.
Okay, let's look at some of these ads.
Wow, this is such an interesting.
How long has it been since you
Podcast.
last opened this?
Yes.
Did the
I don't ever use
I opened
that
it
tab.
like a
Cardi B says there's no beef here. Cardi B says this beef is made up.
nine toys you own that are worth serious cash money signs.
Most epic troll fail of all time. That's
That's a dirty one.
Phase adapt. Fighting this Muay Thai god does not end well.
It's all just like clickbait. Like
I'm clearly not the target demographic for that.
none of us are.
Chrissy
Yeah.
Teigen's carry on will make you lol. Like other than
Why just lolled?
like, literally other than complex and maybe like IGN, I don't care about anything on this page. Like I'm pretty sure I hid most of these stories when you could still hide stories.
Now they're just like, no, too many behind stories.
You can hide stories because I hid someone's story today.
Who
You
was
can
it?
click-
Cardi B.
No.
Wait, did you like hide an individual story or
Yeah,
like
it was like one of like my friends.
Yeah,
'Cause
no,
I was
that's-
tired of them posting like snaps
The
of them at a concert.
the only thing I can do is I can choose see less like this now.
Oh.
That sounds just like
Okay.
Twitter, where it's like, see less often, you see it every fucking day.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I remember on I just like sat there for like a whole minute and I just pressed see less like this 30 times in a row just to make sure that I saw it a lot less. It worked a little bit.
Then I saw them a lot less.
Twitter's
A
awful.
little less.
Twitter's awful. Why are all social media companies awful? It's like there's no real competition. All of them are in a competition to see who can be the worst. Like Mark Zuckerberg's like, your data, all gone.
He's winning, like hands
He
down.
knows everything about you. He's a reptile.
Didn't he sell like the majority of Americans' data?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
You can-
like, yeah.
87.
You can go under the like settings of Facebook, right? And you can see what political alignment they put you as. So I went and I checked. I'm like, I'm curious to see what they think I am, because I used to run like before we were even doing this. I used to run in like conservative like political circles.
Yeah.
I went and they actually got it pretty right. I was moderate, so
I want to see.
that was pretty accurate.
I want
which
to
is
see
scary.
what they think Jeffy Jeff is. Because all I've tweeted is not tweeted, posted on my Facebook is Facebook sucks. Facebook's still bad. Like, that's it.
I don't even have a Facebook.
You don't have a face. You can't have a Facebook.
Exactly.
This is my face.
Oh, that's a funny one.
I'm crying under the mask, in case you couldn't tell.
Yeah, but then Jack is like...
There's not, just kidding, there's no mask to cry under, because this is my face.
Yeah,
You piece of
that's
shit.
your face. And then Jack's just like, this is a free speech platform. No. No, it's not, Jack.
It's not.
No, it's not, Jack. Apparently cursing is against the TOS on Twitter.
Shit.
What?
Yeah, I see verified Twitter accounts censoring their cursing and shit, and like I've also heard rumors about that actually being a problem.
Is that like actually against TOS, like cursing? Just
At
on
this
its
rate,
own?
probably. I mean, Jack doesn't think context is a thing. So,
Yep. Nope.
it's like unless you're verified, it's just like,
You're done for. Done's
yeah,
okay.
you're done.
I like using Instagram
Dunzo
though.
kid.
Instagram's one of my favorites.
I feel like Instagram's one of the most, like, I think it's one of the least toxic social media platforms.
I think it depends.
Because there's no text, it's just pictures.
Exactly, it's just pictures of people. Like you
Yeah,
can't
but the
be...
comments can get super volatile depending on like what kind of like.
I feel like the comments are so minuscule though.
Yeah, like it's like you have to click see more. Like you can see two or three comments by default, right?
Yeah.
Under the description, and then you have to click like view more if you want to watch it. Who's got time for that? Scroll down to the next picture.
Yeah, and then usually the comments you see are highlighted to your following.
Like all my friends,
So-
like all I see them do is like they scroll down, double tap, scroll down, double tap, scroll down, double tap.
That's all I do.
Yeah.
They don't even look at the picture. They just scroll down and double tap.
I feel like
it's sufficient though.
I feel like it's better because it's like there's a lack of discovery on it. Because on Twitter you can be discovered really easily. On YouTube you can be discovered really easily. Instagram and Snapchat not so much.
The only thing you can discover is comedians.
Yeah, the comedy tab.
my next video.
The comedy tab. God, what an awful ad addition to Instagram. God. What other social media platforms exist? Tinder? That's not really social
That's
media.
a wonderful one.
Reddit, Tumblr.
Oh,
Reddit? I don't think Reddit really counts as like a social media platform.
Tumblr. People give Tumblr a lot of like crap, but they're
It's like-
actually pretty benign. Like there's nothing really like ridiculous.
It's
on
really
there.
like there's just some like
They don't
communities on Tumblr that are like really awful. Like there's a shoplifting community.
Yeah, like it's
on
like
Tumblr.
it's toxic within itself, but like its cultural impact is so little. The most cultural impact I think Tumblr has is when Frank Ocean Post came out on Tumblr.
Or the 26 genders.
No, when Frank Ocean.
like the Mimi SJW stuff on like Tumblr is good, but like
Yeah.
That's it.
that's it.
That's it.
You're not gonna see much else come out of there. That's like,
Tumblr's
ridiculous.
pretty. Yeah, it's pretty mundane.
It's pretty like like.
You know what's
it's-
awful? I'm sorry. You know what's really awful? MySpace.
Shut up. It's a music streaming service now. Who cares?
What's a MySpace?
But,
I'm too young to remember what that is.
Tumblr like leaks over into Twitter sometimes, and that's about it. It doesn't like move past that. Like it's just kind of confined within itself.
Honestly, I think Twitter and Facebook are the worst because their algorithms favor like just outrage and
Yeah.
anger.
They are
like,
totally baiting people into
The
having arguments.
Facebook engineer has admitted that like we have been programming people to be angry at everything.
Nice.
It's worked for me.
I mute certain people on like my Facebook so that way I don't have to be like bothered with seeing like their crap.
I mute people too on everything. It's just like
Do you add actual people you know on Jeff?
yeah. It's like I never had a Facebook growing up because like I never liked the UI of Facebook. I think Facebook looks like it belongs
Oh
in
yeah,
the
no,
90s.
the UI isn't
I hate
convenient.
Facebook's UI.
I missed the MySpace stuff, but I was like right at like the perfect age for like, oh, Facebook's popular, and you know, like
I mean, like that's from the time that like it looked acceptable. Like now it just looks like
the
it's kinda
Facebook
clunky,
UI
it's
is clunky, and for me it was just a distraction from getting stuff done.
like if they vamped up the UI, I'd probably use Facebook more. Oh, also there's a Google Chrome is releasing a new UI in September.
Google Plus is a really nice social.
It's a
media
great social media platform.
Bad. Shut up.
Oh, the only good thing Google
You're
Plus
kicked
has
off of
done.
Pullover.
Get out, walk
You're not a
away.
host anymore.
I'm walking on. I'm walking in.
The only good thing about Google Plus is the fact that you can easily mess with YouTube stuff through it, but that's it. Other than that, it's just like I remember they introduced that. Everyone was in such an uproar, and I agree.
Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
because
my
everyone was
God.
like,
God.
no
Remember-
one wants to YouTube link Google Plus. I still agree. Like, it should have never been forced for people to use it.
Remember when Bob's Army was a thing?
Oh my God, yeah.
Like
'cause
the
when
little
they-
stick figure with the tank.
Oh my god, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like Freddie
Yeah.
W made like the little parody thing where it's like just the tank got destroyed by Google Plus.
Yeah, no, that stuff was great.
Yeah,
I
no,
miss that
that's-
kind of stuff. Remember Hiss?
Hiss.
my
Oh, God.
Yeah.
They used to take over comment sections. Like, one person would be like, hiss question mark? And then, like, the guy has to be hiss, and it's just like, hiss, 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 hiss. The entire thing. Just hiss.
Rip.
I would be interested to see Leafy go to an event.
Google Plus.
I want to see Leafy at VidCon this year.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
He's
not
not.
gonna go.
He's never coming back, is he?
I mean,
Permanent vacation.
maybe he'll come back when he gets off drugs and Adderall.
What? What? Where is this coming from?
It's very obvious.
It might be obvious to you, but I'm not endorsing I'm not endorsing these comments because I don't know where the proof of this is coming from.
It's just look at his videos.
That's not enough proof for me. I don't. Endorse
He
these
allegedly
comments.
uses Adderall. There we go.
He literally has stories.
I'm not
where he's
endorsing these comments.
Does he have stories where he uses
like-
Adderall?
Yeah, that's how I remember when I first found Leafy. It was him being like, "Oh, the time I smoked weed."
Are
and
you
I know
shit."
he did weed.
Are you sure that's
I know
not
he
him?
talked about black tar
Definitely
heroin.
Leafy.
Black tar heroin.
Yeah, he made a video. I think it might have been April Fool's. I can't remember. He made a video about black
that was
tar
an April
heroin.
Fool's.
What was the one where he like lit up an egg on top of a hookah or whatever, a pipe?
That was the only one you remember. I don't even remember that existing.
I don't remember that.
Did he make a video about Adderall?
He definitely did.
He probably did.
I've never
I
seen
mean, it's
it.
pretty obvious.
I've watched very few Leafy videos in my lifetime, except for like the Keemstar stuff back in the day. And I watched the Onision and FoozyTube shit because it was.
I remember when like everyone liked him, and then they're just like, this is like the same thing every video. Like that was really I think the problem with it because it's like I compared clips from like 2014? No, it was 2016 that he blew up. 2015, right? And then like to now, it's like the same
like
fucking thing.
the only thing that changed was like he implemented face cam every now and then, like, and maybe the intros, but like the
intros were made by him.
Like the thing is like
Quackity used to make some of those.
oh my god, Quackity!
That's how I know a bit about Leafy because I used to talk to him.
The thing is with like the thing is with Leafy though is that most of the improvements to his videos weren't his improvements. Like it wasn't him like improving at his comedy or his writing, or like wasn't him making new stuff to implement.
Yeah.
It was him getting other people to make new stuff for him. Which, as long as he was compensating them properly, fair enough. But he wasn't.
He really wasn't. I think like $20 for like an editing job isn't horrible if you're like a smaller channel. You know, like if you're like not making like let's say you're making like $60 a video, $20 isn't bad, right? But when you're making like a monthly wage every fucking video, you don't give someone $20 for an edit.
Yeah,
like,
no.
That is so cheap.
Especially for like the amount of work that he ended up doing
Oh
for
my
him.
I bet you he thinks of it as charity.
Well, I mean, like, if he gave people proper shout-outs, it would have blew up. But he didn't give people proper shout-outs. Like if someone edited for free and it was, like, compensation for a shout-out, that'd be perfectly fine. I used to know people who would constantly try to make his... You might remember this. You might remember who it is, too. They would constantly try to make his celebration videos for milestones.
Oh, yeah.
And they'd make them, and then they would be like, use this, and like they'd use it and link them in the description. That was their method for growth. So they were also very toxic people. Oh, I hope that doesn't get tied back.
You're gonna get a clap back for that.
Maybe. I mean, I didn't name anybody. So it's Leafy. Who talks about Leafy anymore? Come on.
Me.
Us, actually.
Yeah, no.
We're doing it right now.
We're doing it right now.
Yeah. What else do we have on our topic list? Is that it?
That's
Mr.
probably
Beast.
it.
There was other stuff. We didn't talk about Aftercharge from PAX East, did we?
Oh, After Charger's interesting.
Aftercharge is another game we played like at PAX East, and it was like it was kind of interesting because it's like a team of invincible
different.
things versus invisible robots, and it's an objective-based meme, right? So
Objective-based meme. Y'all people are so bad at explaining what games are. I just want to say.
Okay, we don't make... You do it then.
Okay, so Aftercharge is an asymmetrical 3-on-3 multiplayer game. One team is
No one
the
fucking cares, shut up.
Workonics, and one team is the Workers. So the Worker team can be killed, but the Workonics are invincible. But if they're shot, they will go down and need to be revived by their fellow Workonics.
Okay,
There
can you name them like people are gonna know what they are?
Well, we don't want to use the robots and the humans because we're trying to do branding. Hello.
we're not being paid. Who cares?
If we were being paid, I'd agree with you. We're not being paid.
I'm trying to speak layman's terms for people who weren't at PAX East, which I wasn't, by the way.
Cool
just
video game Look it up.
Okay, basically, it was robots versus humans.
The robots are invisible.
Yeah.
The humans are invincible.
And the robots had to destroy things that powered the humans' guns. There. Mr. Complicated.
Yeah, like, and it's kind of like, it's tricky because a lot of it is communication, because when you die as a robot, like, you can be picked up pretty easily.
We
right?
had good communication. We just yell at each other from, like... You guys don't have good communication.
No,
Did
that
we?
was on the other
Like,
side.
I just kind of like registered stuff in the back of my head as like, he's saying this, but I'm not physically hearing it.
I would yell,
felt like it
I
was
would
like,
yell at you and Teddy, and I'd just be like, pick me up. You did it, so it worked.
yeah, I remember like you were almost dying. Like there was like one last pylon to
Yeah.
destroy, and it was like
It was
almost,
one hit.
It was almost broken, and I was like, wait a second, that looks more cracked than a. Never mind. I didn't know where to go with that joke, but that looks pretty cracked. I'm gonna go smash it, and I did. And Teddy got my back. Good guy, and we won both rounds.
Teddy is my friend from college. Who
He was
Yeah,
the guy in the
just
background
in
of
case.
his last video.
Yeah, it was the guy who was
And then
sitting on the
one
left.
of you commented, "I fucked the guy on the right." That was Teddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who that was.
Yeah, he's very grateful for that, by the way. After you guys left, Teddy and I played
my God.
Paperville Panic. It was
This
like
is a VR game, right?
yeah, it was a VR game where these Australian people basically were like, "Oh, you might put this on," and we basically became Hello, Kappa. We became firemen, and we had to like put out the fire on these paper people, and you could go up to them with your fireman's axe and just cut off their head.
Oh my god, that sounds great.
But what
Huh?
We're at
Do you have
26.
timestamp? Okay.
We got like 4
Yeah.
more minutes.
Yeah, it was really good. Tomorrow when I go, I'm gonna go pick up the little paper people.
I like the VR games that actually
What
like
is that beep beep?
that was his watch.
That was my watch.
Oh.
I like the VR games that actually take use of, the VR.
Mhm.
Like Skyrim in VR and Fallout 4 in VR. They're not really like VR games. They're like
They're
just
not meant
ports.
for that. Yeah.
They're just ports.
I still
'Cause
enjoyed Skyrim VR, to be fair.
like, I mean, I haven't played it yet. It's on Steam now, so I might buy it. But it's like the motion isn't like you can move your stuff in game, but it's like there's no physics to go along with it. So it's like it's way less immersive. It's like there's games like, man, I have so many VR games that I can't remember any of them. There's games like what is it called? The brawl game. You're in like an arena, and
I know what you're talking about. I'm
The brutes.
visualizing it.
Yeah, the brutes.
It's not called that.
no, the big guys though.
Yeah,
the brutes,
yeah. Starts with a G. Right?
Gorn.
Gorn.
Yeah, it was Gorn. Yeah, Gorn has really good combat physics. It's like you have a spear, you have a mace, and you just run up and hit people with it, and like they go flying. You know, it's like that's actually good combat physics. But it's like Skyrim VR. It's just like
Well,
poke.
poke. There's that like the blocking and like all that stuff is actually kind of interesting, especially like with arrows. Like the stealth is a lot more like intricate in like that kind of way, because like there's like a lot more
Movement options.
there's movement options
Yeah.
and stuff with aiming, but like like the way you move is like you can like teleport and stuff, like kind of like how in Fallout 4. So it's like it lets you get different angles, so like the experience is a little different. And what I spent like 30 minutes in the back of Dragon's Reach just picking up cups off the table, holding it on like in front of my head, just letting it drop on me, and like thinking something's gonna hit my head. I spent 30 minutes doing
A
that.
simple man with simple wants and needs.
Had to entertain the man in the mask. Give
I
him
can
the
fight
cup.
dragons, but the real system seller, the fucking cups I can drop on my head.
I have to hold things wherever I am.
The cups.
The cups in a VR game, like it has to be something, dude.
And then Fallout 4 VR was like,
I didn't even know those existed.
there's no scopes for like
Yeah,
3 months.
I heard about that.
And then like you're encouraged to snipe, but there's no scopes.
Yeah, people would be like holding it in front of their face.
Did Bethesda like port every single one of the recent games?
Yes.
To VR.
Doom,
Doom.
Fallout 4, and Skyrim.
Doom is an awful port apparently.
I've tried.
Like it did not convert well.
I have it, and like it just kind of it was kind of funky. It was wonky. Like it made me kind of nauseous whenever I played it.
Yeah, I feel like it's too fast.
Since when did you have VR?
I have a PS4 VR.
Yeah,
Oh.
I have a
I
Vive.
have the cheap one.
I wish.
I don't have VR.
Okay, we got 15 seconds.
We'll take a break.
Intermission.
Intermission.
Because this camera can't record for an hour.
But da.
And we're back.
This is awful.
I hate myself.
You should. I'm joking.
I mean, I have plenty of reasons to.
Alright, so we're gonna move into the Q&A part of this video, which I asked like last minute because we had no topics planned out.
We're prepared.
Professionals.
This is my job.
He's the only person who does this for a job. Snowy asked.
It's true.
Yeah, no, for real. How would each of you, Snowy, my boy, how would each of you guys describe your content to a room of elderly people, the vegetable... No, I'm not reading that last one.
Okay, Diesel, you go first, and then
I go first.
White, and then me.
So, the way that I've explained it in a plast, I'm just plastered right now.
You're not, though. You're just tired.
Okay, so the way I explain it to a group of
Sleep
people
plastered?
who have no concept of what the internet is that I talk about things that young people are also talking about on the internet, and I do it in a comedic fashion. So I'm basically a comedian that uses his camera. And they're like, oh,
That's real nice.
So like Jeff Dunham? And I'm like, and I've had that, and I'm like, yeah.
Like Jimmy Fallon?
Funny.
Okay.
So I guess mine's a little weirder to describe because like it's a little more niche.
Yeah.
So essentially, like I put on like this Antifa outfit. I guess I don't know. Like that's what I get. I get that all. Let's say low budget rent.
Your grandparents ask you, "What do you do? What do you do?" Quite. It's like, oh, I dress up like I'm an Antifa and I make videos.
I tell them I get in front of a camera and I cover
like
my face.
Antifa.
I disguise myself with this clever getup.
I thought that was your face.
It's another mask over the mask, okay? Like my skin's actually a different color hoodie.
You take the glasses off, just no glasses under it.
You want me to take them off right now? Nope.
You have to edit and deal with it, glasses.
But essentially, and I just say like I scream in front of a camera for 30 minutes.
That's
I
it.
Edit it down.
Is that what you tell them?
No. I've never had to describe my videos to old people, so I don't know.
I've had to.
Well, just explain it to people who
I
don't
feel like yours
pay
is
attention to this.
I feel like your guys' is like easier to describe than mine.
It's really not. I mean, like with commentary stuff, I'd just be like, I kind of just talk about things that are relevant at the time, and then it's like, because it's like it's just like news kind of topics.
Well, yeah.
In the ecosystem.
Oh yeah. Like
And
I just when I'm talking to like just random people, I guess I say like I talk about like topics. Like I'm sure you heard about the Logan Paul thing. Like that's my go-to.
Yeah, exactly.
That's always my
That's
go-to.
my go-to
same.
example. That's the one everybody
Same,
knows
Jake
about.
and Logan Paul, and it's like they always hear about it because it's like
yeah,
a
they're
mainstream
like,
one.
oh, yeah, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
It's like, I know.
And then it's like with the more of like the group kind of stuff, it's like it's hard to explain because it's like they don't know what
I sit
any
down
of
and
it
read
is.
creepy messages with
See,
3 other people.
It's really hard to explain because none of them know what Reddit is. So like they have no idea what to expect. So it's just kind of like I kind of just don't explain that one. Not yet, at least, because it's hard to explain. That was an oof.
Someone dropped something upstairs.
Well, that's
Okay.
scary.
What else do we got?
I turned off my phone.
My phone died. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, someone asked if I was from New York or Boston. I'm not from either. I'm from California. I talked to him a lot, and he's from New York, and I kind of mocked his voice, and it just developed over time.
He's picked up the mannerisms pretty well, like, say talking.
Talking.
Nah, you still say talking.
It
See,
depends.
you're trying to say talking.
It depends on the mood.
I'm talking here.
I don't talk like that.
I can slip into that when I get, like, more exhausted. It becomes more pronounced.
It depends, like, what tone I'm using, and then it slips in.
Yeah, and that's a Brooklyn accent. People keep mixing it up with, like, Boston and stuff. Boston accent is more like you drop your R's, so it's like instead of car, it's ka, or like instead of keys, it's like or like your khakis. Khakis. Like have it.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. Alright, Diesel, here's one for you. Why are you a communist?
I'm not a communist. I made a joke like this once, and then like that like sticks around. And first of all, I have a no step on snake flag, like in my apartment that everybody sees all the time, and it's like, obviously that's not a communist flag, it's a libertarian flag. I'm a libertarian.
Sounds like something a communist would say.
Probably not. Believe it or not.
You like that kid on YouTube that's like, why communism is great. Have you seen that?
Have you seen kid that's like?
Have you
he's
seen
like looking down at his camera like this?
Have you seen the battles? Like, there's one kid on YouTube who's like pro-capitalist. He's like capitalist kid like 72 or something.
Kid 72.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah,
and then there's a communist kid, and like they constantly make videos with each other, and it's just like, why capitalism kids argument is awful.
That's a good commentary video. I might do that.
It's so funny.
That sounds like an amazing.
It's like two 9-year-olds arguing over what is a superior form of like.
What is better, Roblox or Minecraft?
Except they're doing it with like world politics. Those kids are gonna grow up to be like world leaders. Like one's gonna like take over Russia, the other's gonna like. He's gonna kid's gonna have a coup in Russia and take over
for the argument for communism. All you have to say is just like, oh, for capitalism, just like Venezuela. There you go. You win the argument.
I have more money in my RuneScape account than Venezuela has in their government bank account.
I mean, technically, we all have more money than the government.
And I am broke.
If that's actually PewDiePie's closet, it's bigger than my whole apartment. Quote Diesel.
Okay.
I'm just like whenever I watch that video, just zooming in on you and it goes black and gray, it's like, it is just so defeated. It's so funny.
Someone asked, "Can you make Minecraft vid with friends?" No, just no. There you go. Maybe we'll make one for April Fools next year, but probably not. Probably never again. I think I don't even have that installed anymore.
Minecraft?
Yeah, I think it's just gone. I don't even know where to get it. Here's an interesting one. How did you guys meet? You guys just have such good chemistry, and I bet the story behind you guys meeting is funny. So we gotta make up something, or
we gotta make up something better.
There you go. You make something up.
We'll make up one and then we'll tell the real one.
Yeah. I mean...
So I was at Chuck E. Cheese, right?
Chester Cheeseria.
No. Chester Cheeseria. And I was playing in the ball pit, and I saw a small baby wearing a hoodie and a medical mask. And I picked them up and I said, "We're going places." And then I turned to my husband, WildSpartanz, and I said, "Let's take this baby and turn it into a YouTuber." And then we poured like the speed grow, like the thing for plants on him, and what do you know? He just grew into a small human.
That's why he's really short.
Yeah.
Even though he looks normal.
This is actually a 12-year-old, believe it or not.
It's funny because I look taller than you whenever I sit next to you in your videos.
Yeah, when you stand up in the Instagram picture, you look like a midget.
Okay.
But the actual story of how we met is I've known Diesel for about 4 years. We met because of our friend Erling Atozi, and we met because of Battlefield funny moments. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I've not heard this before.
Oh, you haven't?
You guys haven't told me
Really?
this story. You guys keep going.
Yeah, we met over... Did you even have Battlefield back then? I think you were just in calls.
I was just in calls,
Yeah.
and I would just hang around. I'd play other games with, like, Erling back then.
Yeah.
And he would just, like, I had met Erling, like, way, way before that. But then, like, you came into the picture, and, like, it was just Battlefield funny moments. I think at some point I did get Battlefield, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was in any of those videos.
Then I moved into CS.
Yeah,
funny moments.
I was in CS funny moments. I did a lot of that. I was awful. I was, like, Silver 2.
Yeah, I was Master Guardian 2 for the D-ranking.
Yeah, I just kind of followed you guys into whatever content genres you did.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to do what your peers are doing on YouTube.
And then we met quite...
I met Brandon for the first time, like, a year ago.
Yeah, we've known each other for a long time, but, like, we just never, like, got close.
Yeah.
And then we got close around the start of this year, I'd say.
Like, late January, like... Before, like, I started picking up my growth, like, we just started talking for pretty much no reason. Like, I think like, we just ended up in, like, a Discord call together.
You messaged me, and then I'm like, let's call. And then we called, and it's like, let's call. And it's like, it kept going.
Yeah, it just kept going, and then eventually
Diesel. And you started getting into calls, and then, basically what happened.
And then randomly, I just got my growth, and it was nice.
I've only known you for, like, 2-3 months. Like, out of nowhere.
And I've only, like, really known Brendan for 2 to 3 months, to be fair.
Yeah, and then we've met a long time ago. But that's pretty much it. It's not really that interesting.
Yeah,
it's not funny either.
I wish it was something funny that made no sense.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of stuff by chance.
We met in Jamaica.
It's just a bunch of stuff happening by chance, honestly. Like, just it's funny how
We're
things
two
like that develop.
dudes sitting on the other sides of the hot tub because we're not gay.
Well, you two aren't.
That one was a knee slapper, huh, Diesel? Okay.
I
Someone
think I
asked,
start wondering which one of us is.
straight as a rainbow. Are you okay? Someone asked that. I'm doing fine. That's an okay sign.
You wouldn't be able to tell either way.
Yeah. What are your favorite genres of music, and what favorite artist?
We were complaining about this earlier.
We were talking about this earlier because Diesel and Quiet both like a lot of stuff, and I'm pretty like closed off.
Like it's like we like the opposite of things.
I mean, you like metal. I don't like metal. I really don't like metal.
I think it depends. Like some metal I do like, others I don't. I like more rhythm in the metal. I can't stand a lot of the screamo kind of stuff with death metal.
I don't understand screamo. Why do you listen to screamo?
People, like in the last video I did with Quite, I was wearing a Ghost shirt, and a lot of people like that. They're like, oh my god, Diesel's wearing a Ghost shirt. He likes Ghost. It's like, yeah, I like Ghost. Ghost is a really good band. I really think you guys should listen to Ghost, by the way.
I'll pass.
Okay, but
Yeah, I'm like, for me, I'm like very. If you watched Pullover, you know that I'm very hip hop focused. But like, I listen to some R&B as well. Like a very few things and a couple other genres that like are kind of select because I ran into them on accident.
Yeah, I like a lot of hip hop as well.
Yeah, like, but he listens to like kind of different hip hop than me. Not
I listen.
entirely.
It's just like
We have a good amount of
hip hop's pretty genre. It's pretty broad.
Yeah, it's a
So-
very
Yeah, it is.
wide range. Like
So,
you have like
yeah.
Playboy Cardi and Kendrick Lamar existing in the same genre.
Yeah, I have my favorite artist is definitely E-Double. I have other stuff on my playlist is like Post Malone, Tyler Oakley. Tyler Oakley? Tyler the Creator. Oh boy, not Tyler Oakley. Does he even make music?
She probably has
Oh,
a good
man.
song.
What a mistake.
I really like one of my favorites.
Tyler Oakley.
I
I
listen
really like
to,
his freestyle.
I listen to I have a good
Oh,
amount of
boy.
I have a good amount of Earl Sweatshirt in my playlist. Vince Staples, Kendrick Lamar,
Kendrick too.
fucking Danny Brown. He listens to
I have Danny
too.
Brown as well. I have a couple mixes there.
I started listening to Shmino pretty recently. Fucking.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know where it is either.
Oh,
I listen to a lot of
Oh,
rap too,
Brockhampton.
like-
Brockhampton.
Why is everybody like Brockhampton?
Because
I don't
Brockhampton
like
is
everything
fantastic.
from Brockhampton. I like a select few from
I like
each
a couple
album.
of songs.
Like I can listen to any Saturation album all the way through and like enjoy every second of it. I don't
Nah,
think there's
I don't
many
like
other
enough
ones I
of
can
it.
do that with.
No, I don't like it.
The
Like,
pace is too different between every song for me.
For me, like a lot of times it's like I'd rather listen to a Saturation album than like individual songs from Saturation in my playlist. It's like the only other album that I can really think of like that I enjoyed that much at the time that I first listened to it is Because the Internet, and that was because the Internet was like one of my first introductions to hip hop.
Who did Brockhampton sign with?
RCA.
Isn't Jaden Smith Brockhampton now?
No, he's just helped. He's
Because
like
of
been
the
friends.
meme.
He's just been friends with them for a while.
Okay.
I think he was just helping announce the new album
When's the new album coming out?
this summer. I think. I'm not sure.
I've heard like
I've heard February. I've heard this summer.
Hoover gave me like 4 different dates.
February already happened, obviously, but
Yeah, Hoover's like April 1st, and I'm like, yeah, okay, Hoover. And then he's like next weekend, and it's like, okay, Hoover, this week. And I'm
Hoover
like,
also says drop now when you definitely should not drop now. So
Hoover's awful dropping.
he's not awful. He's just intentionally trying to screw up like our fourth, who's like completely random. Like he's like, okay, drop now, but we're going prison.
No, we all do that though.
Yeah.
We all try to mess with the rando because it's like an accident.
No,
Whenever
no.
we play Fortnite, right?
No, not even the Phil guy. Like like when Kappa joined with us the first time, Hoover tried to make him
Or
drop.
Quackity, yeah.
He tries to
But-
make him drop to the wrong
I
spot.
can't believe that this podcast has somehow gone into the territory of Fortnite.
Well, we need to talk about Fortnite. So in Fortnite, right?
Fortnite's this game.
We play as squads, and we usually play as threes. And so the fill button, if you're watching someone from Fortnite, fix this, please. The fill button resets whenever you get back into the lobby after playing a match. So it says no fill on it. But really, it's going to set to fill when you click ready. So you randomly get this fourth person out of nowhere, and you try to get rid of them in every way possible. Like telling them to jump out somewhere that you're not going. So
Yeah, like we marked the opposite side.
everybody
of the map.
marks like something in the complete right side of the map, and then like we all drop at like some random place, like
Prison or
Lucky
Fatal
Landing
Fields
or
or
some
something.
shit. Yeah.
But then remember that one time we did that and the guy just ran across the entire map just to get to us when we were still
he dropped like Tomato Town and then we went to prison and like he ran all the way from Tomato Town to prison and somehow didn't get shot at all.
That man should run. That man should like go to the library, test his luck.
Diesel, what do you think about Fortnite? We know you're addicted.
Fortnite is awful. I hate that game.
You hate it, but he's addicted.
No, I don't play that game.
You sound like Quackity. He's like, I hate this game, but I'm also going to spend $40 on it.
I've never spent a dime on that game.
Yeah, you spent more than one dime.
I got in the lobby with Quackity before I got on my flight the night before, and he bought a new skin.
Wait, what skin did he buy?
He bought the Easter Bunny skin. It was really funny. He's probably gonna have the Raven skin too when we get back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was like my favorite moment from the video, like that we did with him, where it's like Brandon's
we got back. Yeah, it's like, oh, I bet Quack's gonna do skin when we get back, and just like new skin when we get back in the lobby.
We come back and he has my skin.
Yeah. God.
Oh God.
Quackity,
like I feel like we infected him with just like skin sanity or whatever. Is that even a thing still?
Skin sanity.
I mean, like it basically is. I mean, Fortnite skins are like it's just like CS, but it's not worth real money.
Yeah.
Like it's like skins equal wins, and it's like you literally judge people's skill based off the skin they're wearing.
You see
like,
a John Wick, you're gonna die.
Well, I mean that makes more sense because it's like the end of the battle pass, but it's like. There's memes about which skin is like going to wreck you if you run into it because a lot of the oldest skins as well it's like they were timed, so it's like the pros and the people who played a lot of the game have those skins, like the gingerbread man for example, the teddy bear because that was pretty like off and on, things like that. So everyone has the Raven skin. Everyone fucking has the Raven skin.
Well, everyone plays Fortnite now.
Yeah. There was a question, Diesel, about favorite thing song, and you had the answer to this.
Don't even bother. No one's gonna know what the band is.
No one
anyway.
Yeah.
It's like a German metal band. Like
You might as well answer now.
God, it's the.
Is your phone dead?
Yeah, it's dead.
Here,
So
take my phone.
God, I can't remember how to pronounce this song. The band's called Rammstein. All their stuff's actually not that bad, but the thing is, you should do like. Metal's bad. Rock is bad. I like normal rock too, by the way. Look, I like albums that are full experiences. Okay, so if it's like rap,
So
Damn's good. I like Damn.
Damn was a good album.
I think the first like full experience kind of like album was like Logic, The Incredible True Story for me. That's the one that like got me. Like this is the kind of way I like my rap album structured.
Yeah, The Incredible
having
True
a
Story.
follow through story just made it a lot more enjoyable.
I think
You like concept albums.
Yeah, yeah.
The Incredible True Story was definitely, I think, one of his best.
One
albums.
of yeah. Everybody was probably his weakest.
It really was. I did not like that album.
That album was so
Yeah.
on and off. Like it had some of his favorite songs from me, and then it had like some of his like worst. Like,
Yeah.
hey, instead of making this a verse, let me make this a 2-minute spoken word thing. Just make a verse out of that.
Yeah, that's not.
That album.
That.
That album was not good.
Yeah.
What did Anthony Fantano give it?
Like a 5.
Really?
Really?
He's very weird with
It was
his album
it was
ratings.
perfectly average. It was
Like,
perfectly
haven't people like memed him for giving Damn like an 8 or something?
He gave it a
Yeah.
7.
It was like a light
You know what
7?
else he gave a 7?
What?
Lil Pump.
Lil Pump. And Lil Bo, and fucking Lil Bo too. That was the meme. Now, honestly, I think Lil Pump deserved a 7, but I think Dan deserved like at least an 8.
You're the only person here. You're the only person here who sympathizes with Lil Pump.
The reason I like Lil Pump is because he doesn't like his music isn't trying to be anything that's not trying to.
I get it. I get where you're coming from. It's like it's just hype music.
I
Like,
think
that's
it,
pretty
like,
much
I
it.
think it has musicality. It has artistry to it. But it doesn't
Yeah.
have lyricism, and that's
think,
not what I look for.
But
in Lil
then
Pump.
you like, if anything, then Gucci Gang is like the weakest of Lil Pump songs, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's one of the weakest Lil Pump songs, but it's also his most popular, so it's the one that's stuck in my head.
It has so many views.
I think I think the instrumental on that is like
checking
one of
the
the
views.
least not even least creative, but it's just like one of the least interesting. It's just something like I Shine is just a lot more, or Boss is like what I prefer at a Lil Pump because they're bangers, like up the ass straight
Lil
up
Pump,
bangers.
the Gucci Gang, has 630 million views.
Of course it does.
I wonder how many of those are playbacks. Did they go platinum?
Yeah, it's like
Probably.
double platinum. I
Okay,
think.
it should have gone
Double or
platinum.
Double or triple.
Oh, speaking of platinum, Every Night Says it's platinum. You hear about that?
Yeah,
You didn't hear about that?
About that.
it's every did it's every day, bro? You think go platinum?
I think that went gold.
Okay. I don't think, Everyday Road definitely didn't go platinum because that song was awful. Like, even his audience was like, this is bad.
This is literally just for us to meme on.
Jake Paul, I love you, but the song's awful.
It's Every Night Sis at least had like a decent beat.
It had a decent beat, like,
and like a couple one-liners, and that was it.
Rice Gum's, it's just like, it's the fact that he doesn't make most of his music.
He doesn't make most of it. He makes all of his music.
Yeah, he definitely makes all of it.
He's
No
a
ghostwriters,
creative.
no producers, nothing.
Well,
Rice Gum is
I mean,
creative.
the producer's point isn't really like the ghostwriter thing, fair enough. But like the producer's like every
well, the point is he does nothing.
Yeah.
every rap. Well, he raps.
Yeah. Well, okay, no, he's the
Like,
poster boy.
He's the poster boy. And
Yeah.
like, even if you're just the poster boy, like I feel like having a decent flow isn't something that you can just fake.
I mean, I guess.
Like
I think
that's about
that
it.
can be trained.
Exactly.
yeah,
But still,
I
you
mean,
putting in the
yeah.
work. But that's like the only thing from what we know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like, not him. Ever.
I'd fight him.
Okay, iDubbbz.
I mean, iDubbbz is not going to because that's what he wants, but...
Yeah. You looking at a timestamp?
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, it's got 9 minutes. I can't see through these sunglasses that are just happen to be my eyes.
Oh my god.
You did a real good job of keeping up the fact that it's your skin.
It is my skin.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're very not self-contradictory on this.
Mm-hmm.
Did I ask Diesel?
Are you ever going to face reveal?
What
What's the plan?
What?
I was surprised that wasn't a question.
God. Winnie's quite...
Why did you bring it up? We could have avoided this.
We could have avoided this.
But now you're bringing up the face reveal. Like I'm tired of people asking about it. I'm cutting this whole bit out.
Alright, so how are we going to resume it then if we're getting the whole bit out?
There you go.
We're back!
You and I both know that you could be too lazy to edit that.
Do you realize?
I'm just gonna say that, and
Do
it's
you
just
not
gonna
realize-
have no context.
Do you not realize how much editing I do? Like
For
on the post?
Pullover?
Yeah, like I actually like go.
Do you
through-
actually
No.
edit Pullover?
Yeah, I edit the fucking shit that night, like or the night after. Like I cut out.
But now you can't cut this out because now we're talking about editing Pullover.
And they're gonna have no context
Yeah.
for why you're editing Pullover.
I don't care.
So I guess you're at... Look, guys, don't ask him about it. It's that simple. That's like the...
Ask him about it. It's that
That's
simple.
He'll do it when he's ready, you know? Some people, you gotta ease them into it. You know, it's gotta be a little foreplay with quite medical mask.
Stop. Stop.
I'm really glad no one can. I'm really glad I don't have a face to make an expression.
God.
My head is in the gutter, I'm sorry.
Clearly,
You gotta give him foreplay of his man.
it's like it's 12:20. It's 12:27 at night.
You gotta give him...
Mask foreplay?
You gotta give him the good sausage across the mask.
I regret ever like having
Yeah,
you on
yeet.
my podcast. This is the second time I've had you on my podcast, and I regret both times.
I love it.
I should have just had
So
Brandon.
we're gonna
on.
talk about how we're jerking off.
Get
No.
off. Get off.
Wrong podcast?
Get off.
7 times. You have to explain it.
No.
Leave it no context.
No, okay, because if
Wonder
I
if-
leave it with no context...
I wonder if
it'll
this
make
is
it
how
worse.
Bung feels on podcast.
No, okay, so if anything, right? I was 15 years old.
I stop this story right now. I've done a decent job at keeping this like PG-13, like this throughout like the indie.
I'm not
This
gonna-
is PG-13.
This is definitely not.
What do you think 14-years are doing?
Exactly.
What do you think the years? There's people sleeping upstairs still.
Who is the straight man in this group?
The straightest, the straight
It's
man.
definitely. It's definitely you, not you, Diesel.
Who's this? No, I mean like this. Well, I'm clearly the. No, you're the chaotic one. Like we switch sometimes. This sounds like we're not talking about what we think we're
No,
talking
we're
about.
not. No.
This isn't a topic. This
Are you
isn't.
gonna
A
explain it?
Who's the,
this isn't a conversation. This is
no,
like
I
a
don't
mess.
want to. I don't want to talk about that because people don't need to know what I do in my free time.
That makes it sound so much worse. That makes it sound so much worse.
Now they
Oh
absolutely
my
know what
God.
you do in your free time, Diesel. This is.
That makes it sound
I
so.
believe this
that
is
makes
what
it sound like that's all you do in your free
I
time.
believe this is what they call the. I believe this is what they call the Streisand effect. Number 15.
All right, guys.
Perfect.
So you know what? Since I've been pushed into a corner, we were talking.
I think
about
it's a
it-
good spot to end the
whoa,
pod.
No. We were talking in a Discord call, and I don't know how we got on the topic of it. We got on the topic of
Someone probably was like, "I need a nut."
of sausage handling, and we were going over how many times have you pounded the meat,
Okay, shut up.
tenderized the chicken.
Thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of the Pullover Podcast.
You can't just
Thanks.
cut it off here.
Yeah, I can. Fuck you. Thanks, Diesel and Brandon, for coming out to PAX East so I can record this.
Follow me on
Fuck
Twitter
all
at
of you. I
FPS
hate
Diesel.
everybody.